My name is Aniyah Butler from Arlington High School, and my essay is titled, A Call to Love. America has been made up of leaders who have carved the definition of strength with blood-written letters. Leaders who have taught us that power is something taken innately by force, leaving opponents irrevocably broken to display utter dominance and dominion. Amid this, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. sprouted like a rose through the concrete cracks of our hate-filled foundation. He offered a definition that defied everyone that came before him, one rooted in empathy and grace that reflected a strength sourced from within. His legacy was a call to love when it wasn't given, an action only the most courage-filled hearts could fulfill. Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream that is threatened today by the most invasive disease known to man, hate. Hate has become a rising epidemic within America. It first planted its parasitic seeds within the ink of our Constitution, a time where we the people excluded any minority or group deemed as other. From those seeds hatched prejudice and discrimination, symptoms of hate that slowly etched themselves into laws, education systems, and the hearts of children who grew to regurgitate the same hate-filled propaganda taught to them. The dormancy of this disease has now come to a close as it virally replicates in almost every aspect of our daily lives. It thrives most in our current environment of political polarization, a place where conversation in which views differ is absent from anything fruitful or productive. Relationships are rendered broken due to the same fear of difference that has been seen all throughout the history of our American society. That fear has led to a widening gap of unequal economic development, policies targeted to keep certain voting groups suppressed, and an ongoing social division. Social media has now amplified the voice of hate, releasing a fury of lies with every gigabyte used. Anonymity has relinquished all accountability from those who spew such negativity in online spaces. Dr. Martin Luther King's dream was meant to become a definitive reality. If this vicious cycle continues, King's dream could stay exactly that, an intangible idea built off of wishful thinking, never to come into fruition. The description of our country's current state may withdraw hope for our nation, but the reality is that Dr. Martin Luther King withstood conditions that were far worse. He lived in a time where having a vision was a liability, and faith was the only insurance that could cover the expense. Conversations weren't just unproductive. Even the mere insinuation of such racial unity and equal opportunity often proved to be fatal. Those who dared to display even an inkling of light in the world of civil hate had such radical ideas beaten out of them. Yet, in the face of oppression, Dr. Martin Luther King's philosophy proved to withstand the test. In his memoir of the Montgomery bus boycott, Dr. King states that those who learned to fight for their rights with the weapon of love acquired a new estate of their own human worth. The key difference in Dr. King is that he humanized those who sought to demonize him, turning grace into a mighty sword that penetrated the hearts of his transgressors. He reinforced that true strength isn't marked by inflicting harm or destruction. Instead, it is seen by the discipline and confronting injustice while still upholding one's moral principles. Only through love can one conquer hearts that are plagued by the disease of hate. Only through unity can one receive justice. Dr. King understood this truth. Although he preached from the heart of Black America, his message was for all, a pulpit not just for Blacks and whites, but for all of humanity. He emphasized community, and that included those who fought against the very community he came from. He recognized that the path to equality wasn't paved in isolation, a lesson our current screen-centered generation could learn from. The night before Dr. King's assassination, he left a warning that stands ever relevant in today's time. It is no longer a choice between violence and nonviolence in this world. It is nonviolence or non-existence. His words still echo from 1968. A year of war cries, nuclear threats, and harsh brutality. Destruction has become a world leader that set fire to everything in its path, with no extinguishing agent in sight. The fumes of vengeful retaliation threaten to suffocate the world as we know it. Our current society often parallels that time, but we know from Dr. King there is hope. The vibrations from his tone of grace, love, passion, and empathy still echo through the walls of America today. His call to love reaches far beyond any tide of hate that caused the bloodshed of boycotters, protesters, and marchers. Today, we must replicate this tone through our actions to better display the principles of nonviolence and neighborly love. We must employ empathy in political spaces that curate an atmosphere of compassion. We must advocate for those whose voices have been stripped from them. We must not stop at the fulfillment of Dr. King's dream of a unified society, but instead, dare to dream bigger.